everybody. Welcome to Titan's live training session. I'm Brady Gillman, the marketing specialist here for Titan Formwork Systems. I'm here with Nick Dexter, who's one of our lead design engineers. And today we're going to be talking about horizontal stability or lateral stability. So welcome, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Brady. It's good to be here.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started, and then we can jump in to what we're learning today.
Yeah. Again, my name's Nick Dexter. I'm a lead engineer here at Titan Formwork Systems, and I've been in the formwork industry for 6 years now, and I do a little bit of work all around the country. So chances are I might have worked on your projects.
Awesome. It's always nice to put a face to an actual drawing, so
Yep.
Thanks. And thanks for coming on the show. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're learning today?
Yeah, so today we're going to be discussing common horizontal loads that are present during shoring construction and the various ways that we can resist those loads in our shoring designs. So we're going to start by discussing the relevant code requirements related to horizontal shoring loads. Then we're going to highlight the various methods used to resist those horizontal loads. And finally, we're going to wrap it up by mentioning some of the unique shoring situations that may require special consideration when designing for horizontal load resistance. So the main code relevant to formwork and shoring design is ACI 347R14. Mentioned in that code are the common ways that horizontal loads are applied to a shoring system, and also the recommended ways in which to support those loads. So the common loads include wind load on the system, cable tensions, sloped surfaces and inclines, the act of dumping or pouring concrete, as well as the forces created from equipment used during the pour. The code requirements are that the shoring system must be designed to support 2% of the total concrete dead load. That's distributed as a uniform load per linear foot of slab edge. So those are the typical loads that need to be considered by an engineer when generating a shoring design, typically. The most common way to resist those lateral loads are by utilizing what we call wooden X bracing. So these are typically 2x4 lumber braces assembled in an X pattern on 2 to 4 post shores that are evenly distributed throughout the project footprint. These braces can provide variable amounts of horizontal load depending on the height of the framing and the density of the bracing. These braces are typically grouped in pairs throughout the framing in order to resist horizontal loads in both the north-south and east-west directions together. At Titan, we have a couple products available to help speed up the bracing process. Our universal wedge clamps allow you to easily attach the lumber to a post shore using just a dead blow hammer. And our drop head clamp can easily attach to the end of a piece of lumber using a single nail. And it allows for the braces to attach to the drop heads at taller heights without needing a scissor lift or a ladder or something like that. So our engineered, reviewed, and sealed shop drawings will identify the proper quantity and the ideal locations of those braces on your project. So that way we can ensure a safe and efficient bracing design for every unique project. And bracing isn't the only way that we can resist lateral loads on shoring. At Titan, we want to try to eliminate as much lumber as possible on every job site that we can. That'll save crews time and money. So our most commonly used lateral resistance system at Titan is our HV and Nexus column lock. These locks can easily attach to the bottoms of main beam channels using just a couple of our Titan T-clips, and they'll wrap your columns to provide a lock in the system laterally. So the column locks will resist a consistent load regardless of the framing height, and they can remove most or all of the lumbered X bracing on your project. Typically, the column locks will be installed on every available column, but again, all Titan engineered shop drawings will reference the safest and most efficient installation pattern. And lastly, I just wanted to briefly mention just some unique framing situations that might require some special considerations with lateral resistance. Situations such as T-shoe cantilevers, shores on mud sills, framing for ramps, or shores standing on slopes wind enclosures around the perimeter, and any unique cantilever solution beyond just a typical cantilever. They may require additional bracing beyond what your floors typically needed. And as always, your Titan shop drawings will provide a safe and efficient bracing solution regardless. And you should always consult with a licensed formwork engineer with any questions that you might have about your bracing solutions.
I love it. That sounds pretty simple. Like when you lay it out like that. The one thing I think is super interesting is that, like you had mentioned, Titan really puts an emphasis on trying to reduce the amount of lumber that gets used on a job site. And I love that we take that into consideration. Like we're really looking out to help your bottom line, but while also keeping you safe.
Yeah, it helps save you time, save you money. It cleans up your job site, makes it safer and easier to navigate. And it's an all-around advantageous solution to everybody. So we love to use our column locks when we can and X bracing when we can't. And as always, we're going to provide the engineering solutions that make sense for what's best in the field. It's
interesting to see how much we can do and some of the crazy conditions that our shoring system can be placed in successfully. It's really interesting.
And we have a lot of contractors that'll contact us with questions about their shoring design. Maybe they have a lot of X bracing or an unusual pattern of X bracing. Maybe it seems like overkill for what they're doing. Rest assured that all of those designs are properly engineered and they're there for a reason. So a lot of the times, again, it's because of some of those special framing considerations. Most of the time we can get away with just using our column locks and call it a day, but we're definitely there to make everything safe and to make sure everything stands up at the end of the day.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. Well, Nick, thank you for this quick presentation. It's really interesting to see kind of your expertise translated through common language into what we're doing on the job site. So thank you. I appreciate it. Is there anything you'd like to add or mention?
Yeah, as always at Titan, we're here to equip builders to succeed. So at the end of the day, if there's anything that we can do to assist you in your bracing designs or in your shoring designs, please reach out to us. We're always here to help, and we're always happy to.
And the one thing that I love is we love tackling challenges. So if you have a interesting or crazy job site coming up and you're not sure how you're going to handle all the shoring, this is what we do. This is all we do. So we're happy to help overcome those challenges, and we equip you to succeed. So again, thank you, Nick. This was really interesting to hear, and also we love to hear from our experts. So
definitely. Yeah. Thanks, Brady.
Anytime. Thank you. And don't forget to follow us on our social media, and you can visit us on our website at titanformwork.com.
Let's go.